We also had another shocker in politics. Recently, guys, Marjorie Taylor Greene announced her resignation from Congress. Y'all know MTG. She was a fierce Trump supporter, a fierce MAGA proponent. You know, she is one of the big dogs in the MAGA movement, and she always stood by her man. No matter her man, President Trump, no matter what he did, she always stood by her man. But that was until recently, y'all. That was until recently. There was starting to become a rift between MTG and DJT, Donald J. Trump, okay? And they had been beefing, and it all came to a head with regard to the Epstein files, y'all. And in that exchange, they went to Twitter and started a little Twitter battle. And Marjorie was very upset because Donald Trump called her a traitor. And she actually threw some shade at him when she, not in her resignation, but when she was responding to that specific comment, because she was like, a traitor is someone who looks out for foreign governments over his people. Shade, you know who she's talking about, okay? She was throwing shade. And so, y'all, they were going back and forth on Twitter. He called her wacky Marjorie. And, I guess that was the nail in the coffin. I guess that was the nail. Because, Marjorie Taylor Greene had been going on this apology tour recently. If you guys have been paying attention, she'd been changing her tune. You know, that MAGA firebrand saying all kind of crazy things like Jewish space lasers are controlling the weather and all kinds of nonsense MAGA stuff. She's been singing a new tune recently. And she was on this apology tour. And I mean, even, when Nancy Pelosi announced her resignation, that she was not going to be seeking re-election, Marjorie Taylor Greene found out live on TV, and she only had kind things to say about Nancy Pelosi, somebody that she's dogged out in the past. She only had kind things to say about Nancy Pelosi, which was not her style. And then there was a video of her responding to Dana Bash on CNN, and listen to her tune, because this is very atypical for Marjorie Taylor Greene.
We have seen these kinds of attacks or criticism from the president at other people. It's not new. And with respect, I haven't heard you speak out about it until it was directed at you.
Dana, I think that's fair criticism. And I would like to say humbly, I'm sorry for taking part in the toxic politics. It's very bad for our country. And it's been something I've thought about a lot, especially since Charlie Kirk was assassinated, is that I'm only responsible for myself and my own words and actions. And I am committed, and I've been working on this a lot lately, to put down the knives in politics. I really just want to see people be kind to one another, and we need to figure out a new path forward that is focused on the American people, because as Americans, no matter what side of the aisle we're on, we have far more in common than we have differences. Yeah. And we need to be able to respect each other with our disagreements.
And this feud may not...
Excuse me? Is that you, MTG? I mean, have we ever known Marjorie Taylor Greene to be so deferential and real and honest? Wow, you're taking accountability for all the shit that you've been slinging for however many years you've been in Congress? What is happening? So Marjorie Taylor Greene's been on this apology tour in the last few weeks, and it's culminated with her going to her X account and posting a tweet, a 10-minute video, where she says that she will be resigning January 5th, 2026. And in that 10 minutes, she goes after Donald Trump. She likened her relationship with Donald Trump to being a battered woman. She said that. She said that she felt like a battered woman dealing with Donald Trump. She said that she didn't want to get dragged through the mud because Donald Trump decided not to support her anymore because she was gunning for them Epstein files. And she was one of the only 4 Republicans who were willing to step out on the ledge and sign that discharge petition that every other Republican was scared of when Donald Trump was telling them not to do it. Her and 3 other Republicans. So this was a sticking point for her. And remember, the Epstein files was a sticking point for MAGA. This was their the QAnon conspiracy. This is a big thing to them. And, you know, I got to give her credit. She stood 10 toes down on that. She really, she's sticking. I mean, she believed what can't nobody say she don't believe what she don't believe. Because she really said, I'm not doing this anymore. And so the question, of course, is this for real? Marjorie Taylor Greene, is you for real? Or is this just an act? You know, that is the question. And you know, to me, it's like 2 things can be true, right? I feel like, yeah, this is an act. Marjorie Taylor Greene is a politically savvy woman. She ain't no dummy. She can feel the tides are turning. She can feel that MAGA's time is running out. And she's not a dummy. She's not going to let them drag her down. She's trying to pivot. She has a book that I think she just released, or is about to be released. She's trying to pivot. You know, we don't know what her plans are. You know, AOC, when she was sparring, when Marjorie Taylor Greene was sparring with Donald Trump, AOC came out and she gave us a little bit of tea. And she was like, you know, don't take this seriously, okay? Marjorie Taylor Greene is only going after Trump because Trump said that he would not support her Senate run. So this is a personal thing for her, this according to AOC. That she was mad that Trump wouldn't support her Senate run. That's why she was coming for Trump, not because for some honorable reasons. That's according to AOC.